on this right now. So I'm going to actually have to throw us on there like this. We're still dealing with some technical difficulties. We apologize. So if you've never YouTube live, what ends up happening is right before your video goes live, you get it figured out. We apologize. So any rate, everybody's going to have to get real skinny and probably step back so we can get in frame here.
Can just cycle along.
So, all right.
Let me go in the back.
Yeah.
Let me go in the back.
Yeah, real tech savvy here. So, here we go.
Oh, hey, we have an ad, huh? On our
Okay.
live stream.
Wow, that's great. All right. So, well, I'm not sure why we're doing that. Would you guys kill that? Okay. All right. Perfect. So, after all that, welcome to the ranch. I am Wes. We are the Whites. And this is my wife here, Kelly. And we're going to go just around real quick and give everybody's name. So this here is Tristan.
Nope.
Excuse me. I just named my own kid. This is Grayson. He's our 8-year-old. Alana. Do you want to tell everybody how old you are, little girl? No, just kidding. This is my mom, Ruthie. This is my dad, Michael. There's Austin in the back. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. That's Trinity. That's my 16-year-old horse wrangler. You always see her in our short videos. We got Deanne. She's our farrier, resident farrier, foot care expert. We have Tristan. That's the man behind all the videos. Say hi, Tristan. Wave to everybody. This guy is responsible for many, many, many millions of views for our channel, so we're very grateful to have him. We got Elliot over here. He is the leather worker. So any of these leather crafts you see on there, we have a lot of folks ask me, like, oh, so you do leather work? No, that's not me. That's my kid. So there he is. And then my wife, she's the one hiding over here.
You already introduced me.
Again, I'm trying to get her in. Come over to the camera and say hi. She really likes to hide. Oh.
And the real star of the show.
Real star of the show. Get up here. And this little curly head. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Oh, hi. And this is Emery.
That's the
best
part of the show.
That is the crew, at least human beings that are out here. And then we have lots of dogs and cats and horses and chickens and cattle. So there we go. I'm going to pass her off.
I'll take her.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, hey, we got the McCrackens on. That's awesome. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey, Michael, hope you're feeling good.
Good evening, Alpha Haas.
green
Hey,
bugs.
thanks for
Whatever they're called.
thanks for chiming in, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, the crown jewel. You have to be more specific. No, I'm sure. He's making you get back on her. Here's my wife again, the one that's blushing really red. Yes, yes. So she really tries not to be on camera. She's not much. She's not a big blabbermouth like I am. So okay, you may be excused.
I'm not a stranger.
She's done everything she can possible to be like doing something else and hiding at the moment.
Yes,
So
but I'm not going
we're trying our best. All right. So if anybody has any questions for us, this would be a great time now. But again, we're just trying to get in the regular rigmarole of coming to you guys live twice a week, 6 p.m. Tuesday and Thursdays, and that's Central Time. So we had a lot of folks that have been trying to connect with us in some way or manner. I feel like this is a lot easier platform to do this than to try and respond to many thousands of comments. I used to stay up till 1 and 2 in the morning, you know, just every night responding to comments, and it's been a lot. So, and people want to interact with us more on a, you know, kind of personal basis. So we figure this is probably the best way to bring it. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free. Hey, Mary, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. You know, this has been a kind of a really surreal experience to have so many people from around the world reach out to us. We actually have a lot of fans, you know, overseas, a lot of Central American, South American. We got some people, Africa, New Zealand, Australia, all over Europe. We have a lot of Russians. So this has been, it's just kind of been overwhelming. And I've had to learn to use the translator a lot. So, but it's kind of neat to be able to find not kind of neat. It's amazing to be able to find a bunch of like-minded people worldwide. You know, it doesn't matter what race, color, creed, language, anything like that. There is kind of a common denominator that binds a lot of us together, and that would be, you know, agriculture, family values, godly values, and that's what we're about here on the ranch. And we're really big into, I've said it before, into hey, if you guys are talking back, you just know you got a lapel mic on. You're mic'd up.
I know.
Oh, okay.
We didn't say anything.
No, I know, but everybody's hearing everything. So
Oh,
you guys are all
everyone's just
chit-chatting in the back.
whispering around here.
I know. So everybody, yeah, that's.
Quiet.
We're talking to the dogs.
So, at any rate, yeah, it's been really neat having everybody kind of come together and starting to find a community, because we are outliers everywhere we go. We're a little different than everybody, and we've been able to connect with a lot more folks out there that are like us, you know. So our story started in Alaska. Excuse me. Actually, let me back up. It started in Idaho. Then we moved to Alaska for 8 years, and that was really wonderful, great experience. And then we came back to Idaho after 8 years in Alaska. We lived in a Russian village, and we got back to Idaho, and it was just completely overrun with people that aren't necessarily like us. Let's just put it that way. And property values went crazy. We got overwhelmed. I especially. I can't live like that. I need a little more nature, a little more peace, a little more quiet. So we relocated down to southern Missouri. We're here in the Ozarks. Love it. It's beautiful country, and you got to really like ticks if you're down here. Hence the name. There's a lot of ticks. Oh my gosh. And this is kind of where our new journey is beginning. You know. So East Texas, Joanna, thanks. Really appreciate it. How many acres do we have? We are on the original ranch. It's 129 acres. We actually, because they wouldn't take it, my parents bought 1 acre from us, and they're building a house over here. So that reduced us to 128. Simple math here, I can almost do. And then Austin over here, step in frame. This guy again, big guy, and his wife Alana with the little baby Emery. I call her Stinky. They bought the contiguous 62 acres right next to us. So the only thing separating us is old rusty barbed wire. So we're gonna be Montana guy watching you. Hey, thanks Navy cop. Hey, good to see you here. I see you guys. I see you in our other comment sections too. That's awesome. Yes, leather works. That's an awesome question. Chevy for life. So we're gonna actually have along with our hats and hoodies and that kind of stuff, we're going to have leather brought to you by our own Mr. Elliott. Come on up here. He's a leather crafter. And we also have another gentleman that is specifically making more, I would say, contemporary and less Western style leather. And that'll also be in our store. So we have a Shopify store. You can find that on any one of our social media platforms. Find the link there. So let me get
stuff isn't up yet.
Yeah, Elliot's stuff will be coming. It's
You
not
can
up
miss
yet. He's kind of been overrun with just local sales here, so he's trying to figure out how to get more production, but it's very difficult because he's an artiste, and every piece that he makes is very unique, and it's all hand tooled, and it's original art by him. So, and oh, the dogs are entering the scene. You can't tell. So let me get back to that question. So we are roughly, give or take, now around 190 acres total operating. And we have, hey, bud, come on over here. Come right on over here, bud. And stand here on the edge and hold still before I glue you to the ground. That'll work. Jeez. So that puts us right around 130 total grazable acres. Now, our production is coming up tremendously. Where we started with this place, it was really poor, low yield. And so we're practicing regenerative agriculture, and it's really making a profound effect. We're now just starting our 3rd grazing season, and we've seen amazing transformation, but we're also fighting 3 back-to-back droughts. So go ahead and you can just turn that off.
He doesn't know how
Can I
to
hold it?
Just go set it over there next to the cat.
Oh,
You're going to hear the cat
Yep.
clawing and scratching in the background. That's going to be perfect. I know everybody's all making small talk with that thing. So that was my bad for miking everybody up. Okay. You got it? You got to figure it out.
No longer wired.
You probably killed me, dude. We're probably silent now. What do you think? Yeah, that's just about how the tech thing's been going out here. So you also have to be patient with us because we don't really have the greatest internet here in the Ozarks, believe it or not. So we have been fortunate enough that actually Austin and Lana, they went ahead and set up some Starlink. We've been waiting for fiber, and our property's not wired. So anything that we're live streaming is typically all from cellular. So, it sometimes works. Hey dogs, let's keep it down. Yeah, we got a bunch of ankle biters running around. So, let's see if I missed anybody here. Let me go back up. I apologize. So what we're going to take and do here, like I said, twice a week, we're going to come to you with more of a scheduled event. And it's not going to ever be anything probably too structured, too crazy. It's going to be more of a Q&A. Hopefully we can get to know some of you folks more. But then we're going to also be doing, me mostly, probably daily lives, just short, we're going to show a little bit of this or whatever subject or topic I think might be interesting to you folks. And we'll also cater that around what you're asking for. So if you guys want to know more about agriculture, you want to know more about the cattle, you want to know about being a grass farmer or construction, or so we're going to start tying a lot more of that in. My daughter Deanne, she's the farrier, and Trinity right there, say hi.
Hi.
She's training under her, so she's learning the ropes, and so we're going to have more of that content. Some horse training. Oh look, and this big meathead. Hey, say hi. Yeah, this was a housewarming present to my daughter and her new husband. I think we mentioned something about that. Her and her fiance had a bit of a shotgun wedding there. It was real quick and short and sweet, so it was beautiful. We'll be able to purchase meat products from you in the future, as I'm a new subscriber and I'm unaware if you already sell products. Thanks, Alpha Hoss. Yes, we are. We're not quite ready for that. We're still obviously building a seed stock herd, and we will have beef available, and we'll take and let all of our followers know. We were not just going to put it straight out on the open market. We're going to take and try and cater to the people that follow us. So we're natural based. I don't like the term organic. It's been hijacked. There's a lot of things that can come along with organic that's actually not natural. So perfect. Boy, I'll tell you, just about anything that can go wrong has been. So
Hey, honey.
we don't take in, use wormer, and we don't use. I know you guys got to get going. We're gonna let some of these folks disperse here in a minute. Yes.
You've had a couple of people ask you about the house. You should turn to the
Did
camera
we?
and show.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna have
And how it's coming.
hair sheep available. So St. Croix Katahdin crosses and our South Pole Hereford Red Angus crosses. Everything is started on grass, never given wormer, and finished on grass. Not grass fed, that's kind of a misnomer. People that just have fed their cattle once in their lifetime some grass, they can call it grass fed. We actually grass finished. So that's a big difference. There's the house. There's the famous, or infamous, I should say, house that has been dragging on a very long time. So yes, we're still living in motorhomes, and the boys have been living in a wall tent built on a deck similar to this, a raised structure underneath, and they've been in that for 2 years. So, if folks out there are concerned or worried about trying to start a life like this, you don't have to go into a 3 or 4,000 square foot house. We're living proof. We're living proof that you can make it happen. However, we got tents and RVs, man. We're living it, but it's worth it. Look at what we got. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I'll live in an RV or a tent so we can have that. That's really important to us. So, Navy cop. These days I dig the real life, slow blog type stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's the stuff we're going to try and go toward. You mentioned stuff that's less produced, not overproduced, and we're trying to get more real. That's all. That reels and and edited content, what is it? It's really just a highlight reel, right? So it doesn't really show the real world, the real struggles, the real grind, all the mistakes, all the miscut boards, all the bad welds, you know. Yeah, we can get creative with the edits. Don't worry. All the blooper reels are coming. I think Tristan has been stockpiling all my mistakes, and I think he's going to just absolutely relish in the fact that he gets to make fun of me and everybody else. So I'm gonna let these guys all go. Go ahead and say bye, everybody, and hi or whatever.
Goodbye.
So if you have any questions for them before they take off, we're gonna take and we'll let you ask those questions real quick. But I'm gonna let them get going because they got a bunch of stuff to do, and I can stick around and flap my neck with the best of them. So yeah, see right there. My dad's like, yeah, he does. He talks too much. Yeah.
Told you to tell people that grass-fed milk is fabulous.
Grass-fed milk is fabulous. Grass-fed milk, you know, bad. Ooh, can't even talk. The butterfat content is extremely high, especially in your beef breeds. They don't produce much milk, but boy, all the keratin that's in it, it's like, it's rich, and it's not white. You know, it's yellow. So we get some fresh, unpasteurized from a neighbor, and it's like drinking half and half. It's pretty good. It's really good. Let's see. Yeah, right. You can taste the grass in the milk. I know it's kind of a funny saying, but there is an element to it. Definitely, I agree with that for sure. Oh, Chip and Julie Schneider said, I think your daughter is super pretty in the green shirt. Where'd she go? Come on up. Hi. Yeah. Oh, there she is. There's the green shirt. Oh, you're super pretty. Come here. Smile. Oh, hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yes. Yeah, she's a tall drink of water, just like her older brother Elliot. They're both like crazy. Oh, super crazy tall, and my swiveling head is that's so funny. They're very, very tall and very thin. All of us are tall, except for my mom and Alana
They're short.
and Stinky.
And
Right?
Stinky.
Oh, right there.
She'll be like 6 foot.
Yeah, everybody else is incredibly tall. Grayson here, he's only 8. Say hi, buddy.
Hello.
He's only 8 years old, and he wears like 14, 16, 16, size 16.
He's about
So,
a bit shorter than me.
Yeah, he's 8. There you go. And she's 6 foot tall. The pregnant one. No one's gonna put together shotgun wedding and pregnant at all, probably. Just kidding. She's gonna kill me later for that one. It's on the internet. It can't come back now. I know. She knew this was a big risk. I think everybody knew that. It's like, uh-oh, Dad's in front of a camera, and it's live, and we can't take it.
Expose all of us.
Okay.
Joanna asked if we're going to do a garden this year.
Oh.
We went to the greenhouse
yes.
today to look at some plants that I don't have.
She's got the sickness.
It's
She's got
bad.
the sickness. I
Yes, we are doing a garden this year.
What happened is my gardening really expanded into ruminants and many hundreds or 100+ acres instead of a small plot. So yes, I'm very much into gardening. She's going to be doing lots of gardening. I have faith. She is going to have us just brimming with fresh produce, I'm sure. So if you've seen any of our videos, we put in a large garden plot, and it's I don't know, it's probably a little under a quarter acre, and we put a ton of carbon additions into it. Well, any of you folks that know about that or what can happen is you'll have massive nitrogen lockup. We knew this going into it. We made a terrible failed effort last year. I mean, a lot of effort, but it failed. And so we have 23% organic content in our soil right now in that garden. So you can imagine, if you know about nitrogen tie-up and carbon, well, that's what we got going on. So our soil test came back 23%. Our potassium and phosphorus levels were adequate, and our nitrogen was a donut. I mean, zero, nothing. And so nothing could grow, right? It was all stressed out and got sick. So we're going to do some stuff by inoculating it this year, adding, I know, the big bad boogeyman, but we're going to be adding probably potassium nitrate or ammonium nitrate to get that process going. And then after that, it's just a compost only garden. But we figured, I figured, put it in now, struggle the first year or two, and get that carbon in the soil, and then, it'll just give you returns, bountiful returns. So, all right, let's see. Kentucky. Okay, Joanna. Yeah, garden for 25 years. Oh, you had 2 years of failures? Yeah. I can talk all about that. Boy, I'll tell you, we've had some absolute bombs, but the best garden we ever had. We followed the Paul Gauchi back to Eden kind of style and method by adding lots and lots of wood chips. Didn't incorporate them. We just put them on the soil. And the first year it was, nothing. The second year was okay, kind of eyebrow raising, like, wow, this is actually working. And the third year, and I've been a landscaper and have planted thousands of trees and shrubs in my career since I was in my teens, and I've never seen growth like that in any sort of plant. It was like it was supercharged. We had cherry trees that we planted at 1-inch caliper. 3 years later, they were over 5-inch caliper. So it does work. You got to get the mycelium in there, and you got to get that working. And once you start seeing the fruiting cycles of your mushrooms, oh my gosh, it goes nuts, right? Mycelium ties the whole ground web together. And once you have it, it'll make your garden amazing. And I can't preach enough about covering your soil with carbon. Wood chips are the best. Ramiel wood, I'm a big believer in it. Ramiel wood, 3-inch and down, smaller branches that have been chipped, full of nutrients, and the return on investment is unbelievable. It really, really works. We didn't even have to water our orchard the second year, and this is in Idaho. Southwest Idaho gets well over 100 degrees in the summer for consecutive days, and we had bountiful growth, and that place only gets 12 inches of annual rainfall. What's up?
I was just telling Grayson dinner's done.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys all catch up here once I answer all these questions. House is looking good. Hey, thanks, Chip and Julie. Yeah, we're a long ways off. That's okay. You know what? We've been putting so much effort and time into everything but the house. And Elliot and my dad, they've been cranking away on his place. I've helped sporadically over there, but my main focus has been our business here. And yes, Tick Creek Ranch is a business. Between the ranch agricultural side that someday will turn a profit. Currently, it's not going to. We're still building. We're going to be a cow-calf operation. Well, that's what we are. We're a cow-calf operation. And but we won't be selling anything too soon. We might get some stalkers. But again, we have to bring them in right. We got to bring them in from another producer that doesn't worm, that rotationally intensively grazes them. They've only ever had grass or forage, hay, ever, nothing else, no grain. So we'll try that. But anyway, so what is our business is social media right now. That is how we make our living. And so we put a ton of effort into it. It might seem like on the other side of the camera that it's just, point this here and there and edit a couple of videos. But honestly, it's thousands of hours of work. And Tristan, bless his heart, he gets up and he'll start editing videos as soon as he wakes up. And sometimes he's editing till like 10 o'clock at night. So we affectionately refer to him as the tent troll. The tent troll. Everybody knows that term around here very well. Yeah, tent troll. So, yeah, we're putting our efforts into this. We're putting the efforts into our soil, and we're putting the efforts into our business. So, it's like nothing I've ever done. We've been self-employed over the years for many years, since I was in my teens. I had my stint in the oil field, did that, got back out, and went right back to being self-employed again, and have been ever since. So it's kind of in our blood. My father's always been self-employed. My grandfather, my uncles, my great uncles, we're just kind of those people. We're blue collar hardheads, I guess. Can't work for anybody else. So yeah, it's it's a business like I'd never imagined. This new age and day, technology, it's unbelievable. So, and I have so much to learn, so much to learn. So we're learning every day, and we're trying to put as much effort and time into our business as we can. And and Jacob Connolly, love watching your videos, Wes. Hey, thanks. We really appreciate it. We really do. We appreciate the support. Um, you know, the comments that you folks leave, sometimes I don't respond to them and I apologize, but I'll tell you what, I read almost every single one of them. And if I didn't give it a thumbs up or a love or a little heart, I'm sorry. I just sometimes read them and just like, okay, because I get thousands of them. But we really do appreciate it. It is kind of the fuel that keeps us going. Because know this, if you've been on social media much or ever tried to produce content yourself, you will find out that there's an unbelievable amount of motivation by those who want to say mean, nasty, disparaging things. And it's kind of sad that people have, there seems to be a lot more of them than the other way, right? Well, that's at least what you think, because you only ever remember the jerks. So yeah, we get some negative comments. It's, it's water on a duck's back, but all your guys' support does mean a lot, and your feedback, we do take a lot of that in consideration in our content creation. So if people want to know more, sometimes I'll just go, that charcoal, making charcoal. So we'll touch on that real quick. So we made a charcoal kiln, and it was wildly popular. It garnered, I don't know, 30, 40 million views across the different platforms. And had so many questions about it. And it's kind of like a science experiment. Every time you do a batch, everyone's different, and it's fine tuning. That I said, well, people got these questions, and honestly, I don't know the answer, so I guess I'm going to build another one. And so we did, and we filmed it and posted it. And we've done that several times, come up with several renditions. And I'm just using this as an example. Um, but yeah, many different renditions to kind of find more of the answers for someone that might not have the time to go build 3 of them, right? And kind of fiddle fart around with it. So that's a lot of what we do out here. Almost everything on the ranch, we consider experimental. Why? Because to me, it's not proven until we do it, practice it, and then through careful observation, determine if it's the right thing for us. It might work. It might work for somebody else. It might work really great. There's a lot of amazing teachers out there. You have your Joel Salatins and your Greg Judys and your Alan Savorys and Ian Mitchell Inas, and you have, you know, there's a list. There's a laundry list of guys that are really good at this and they really know what they're doing. But they are in different parts of the world. And I'm not saying that this method doesn't work everywhere, but it works differently. So what somebody that has 400 head and in the exact way they operate might not be, the way we want to run. So the same basic principles apply, but we have to practice it and implement it on our land under our feet to see how it actually works before I believe anything. So we tried different stuff: higher stocking rates, lower stocking rates, longer rest periods, shorter rest periods, fertilize some area. Because you know what? I'm anti-fertilizer, but I wanted to see what the difference was between fertilizing an area of our land and not, and just practicing the intensive grazing. So everything we do is an experiment. Our in-ground storm shelter slash root cellar cold storage, that's an experiment. People are like, oh, you're gonna die in a tornado in that thing. Maybe. But if I just crawl inside my house in a tornado and lay in a bathtub like all the wizards out there tell you to do, I probably have a less likely chance of surviving a tornado above ground in a house than I do in the ground. So, oh, it's gonna fail, it's made out of wood. It probably will at some point. We just don't know how long. So if it gives us 5 years, I'm happy. I'm happy. We didn't have the finances at the time, and we're working with the materials we have. So we said, well, what do we have a lot of, and what's easy to do for us? That. Yeah, we could have formed it, and we could have put, concrete reinforced steel and done all that, and we would have had, I don't know, probably materials. Ooh, wind's coming up. I'm just going to shoot a round number, 12 to 15 grand. Well, we did that for less than 2,000, all considered. We already had the equipment. We have the excavator, we have the skid steer, we have the sawmill, we have the logs. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. If the thing fails, it fails. Some point we'll make the right one. So that's kind of what we're at, what we are here. That is what we do. We're big experimenters and flying by the seat of our pants. And I figure I'll probably learn just as much the day before I die as I am right now. I just absolutely love the learning experience, and that's just what we do. So let me get back to the comment. Sorry, guys.
So are we doing a meet and greet?
Huh?
Chip and Julie want to know if we're going to do a meet and greet. What do you have on
When?
your thing? I don't know.
Where?
Name it. Yeah, absolutely. Someday. I mean, I don't have anything like tentatively planned to do that, but if our community requests it and they'd like to at some point, absolutely, absolutely. I've had some folks reach out to us, and I got a warm fuzzy about it. I wasn't like, "Ooh, this is some weird creeper." And I already told them, "Yeah, sure. You guys want to come out and check out the farm and the operation? We can set up a time and come say hi." There's nothing too formal. We're not going to have like picnics and circus tents and all that. We're not going to do a Joel Salatin.
We could.
No, like we don't have enough to do already. She's trying to kill me. So, but yeah, at some point,
Yeah, at a conference.
absolutely. I don't know if anybody actually wants to listen to me at a conference.
No. He says go do one at a conference. So get a booth.
Oh yeah, we could do that. We could probably do that. I don't consider myself an expert in any of this. I've just been studying it for many, many years, and I think a guy to be considered an expert, needs to spend a lifetime in it, almost a lifetime. But we're in a unique situation, because I go at all this stuff like I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. Well, if you don't know anything, it's really easy to learn, right? If you already know everything, you're a know-it-all. Those are the worst people to try and teach, and I've done that over my life. I have kids. Sorry, Austin. I got lots of teenagers. They know everything. Just ask them.
I'm pretty intelligent.
For a dumb
Yes,
25-year-old.
you are. We just
Not
laughed when
bad.
you said that.
I know. We're all laughing.
Everyone else
laughing at
got
the
introduced as
interaction.
the leather crafter and the farrier and everything. I'm the
Austin's
intellectual.
the
The
oldest.
intellectual. Well,
Yeah.
he
made
does
the
have
merch.
glasses. Come on
Yeah,
over
see?
here, big guy.
Yep.
So
Austin's our
Means
merch
I'm
guy.
smart.
he's a carpenter, and he
a
had his own
designer.
and a designer. He's doing our graphic design work right here. Yeah.
Yep.
The sweat stains, that's custom by me.
Yeah.
So this
How much for
hat
that one?
on our store will be a lot more than a clean one. So yeah, he's been doing our graphic artwork, and we're actually gonna be coming out with a bunch of stuff. So not everybody wants to wear ranch apparel. We get it. So we're gonna have a summer drop coming out.
Yep.
Pretty
Come
soon.
on.
Pretty soon. So and women's apparel, because not everybody wants to wear hoodies. So
Mhm.
we're going to hopefully offer a lot of things that, if people want to help support us in our channel, that would be a wonderful way. I've had people say like, "Hey, can we Venmo you?" I don't want something for nothing. No, that's not the way we operate. We need to give something in return, and or great value, whether we're dancing monkeys or we're teaching you something about agriculture, or you just get to sit there and laugh at us while we do all of our shenanigans here. Whatever, it works. Laugh with us, laugh at us, as long as you're getting some value from it. So, well, the merch looks great. Hey, thanks, appreciate it. Alpha Haas, Austin, have you ever considered sashi bun? I don't know.
Huh.
Is it like shoshugi ban? The burning it? Is that what we're talking about here? We have done some of that. We played around with it a little bit. I'm gonna probably do some tests, honestly, and go ahead and do some burnt posts, charred posts with oil, and bury them next to one that's not, and see kind of, it won't take long, especially if you use pine. Pine, if you bury pine in the ground, boy, it eats up quick if you're in direct contact with soil. So our root cellar, it's built out of southern yellow pine.
And yes.
So
it
the
is
trick is
burning
keeping
method.
our humidity low. So no, it's
Seldom we
not
did that on
truly
our
a
root
real
cellar.
root cellar because our humidity is low, but keeping the ground, keeping the soils from touching it. Why is that important? Because there's life in soil, and once it touches your wood, that life goes into the soil or into the wood and eats it up fast. So, yes, okay, yep, yep. So yeah, we did it on the sleepers, the bottom timbers that came in contact with gravel with adequate drainage underneath it. But that was going to be the only place where we actually had any sort of stone or earth making contact with wood. So we did that, and it is on top of crushed rock. So we'll see. You know, like I said, 5 years, it'll have served its purpose. We'll take and we've even actually considered encapsulating the existing structure at some point and doing a pour over with concrete and rebar. Because I'll tell you, yeah, a steel reinforced concrete structure in the ground there's no substitute for that. But that's what you have is a big concrete box in the ground. And I'll tell you what, that wooden cellar is actually a pretty magical place to walk into. The smell, the feel, the sound, it's pretty feng shui. Yeah, I don't know if I could go back to or go to putting in concrete. It's very unique. It's beautiful. It's like going into a cabin, a hobbit hole. So anyway, um, anyway, if anybody else out there has any questions, we'd love to answer them now. Otherwise, we'll probably get along, but we will definitely be posting a lot. We're actually working on and in the process of we're actually going to be setting up a Patreon, and I can explain that a little bit. The purpose for the Patreon is it's kind of twofold, multifaceted, honestly. What it really does is it takes and deters haters. First off, you're not going to have someone come pay their $2 or $3 a month to be part of our Patreon account just to come in and troll and say nasty stuff and work people up in the comments. And I'm really tired of that on the public side. So we're going to have the other side where it's so behind the paywall, the Patreon account would be a very small monthly fee. We haven't determined that yet, but that will allow you folks way more direct access to us if you want to communicate like this on lives. And I'll be coming to you daily with lives around the ranch. Not anything that's produced, edited, anything. Just here's some cows, and this is something that interests me today, and maybe it'll interest you too. Or here's some construction. So we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. So that's going to be that side. It's going to be a much more personal experience for anybody who wants to join our Patreon group. And we should actually have that set up here this coming week. So again, I'm sure someone's going to be out there and be like, oh, sell out money grabbers. Well, a person still has to be able to survive in this world while they're a content creator. And if you were not creating any kind of income from your content, well, you got to get it somewhere else. And unless you're independently wealthy, you're not going to have the time. And I'm telling you, it is, I don't know, 150 man hours a week go into this content creation. So we have to be able, so if I'm doing that, that takes me away from going out and doing my regular construction that we have not been doing currently. We're trying not to go off the ranch and go swing a hammer again for customers. If that happens, I know that our dedication to the YouTube and all of our other platforms will just really wane. It'll be overwhelming. It's already almost overwhelming, let me tell you, with everything going on here. So I hope you folks can understand. Let's see, how do I click on the link?
We're working
Chip
on that
and
right
Julie,
now.
something going on with it?
Yeah.
I
we're
don't
working
know
on
how
it.
to put a clickable link in a live chat.
Yeah.
Oh no, see, it's all this
But the link
learning
is
stuff.
on our page.
uh,
Oh, well, Alana's worked.
oh yeah,
I don't know.
post on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're going to be hosting it. It's going to basically post through and or on, if I understand this right. I'm not the tech guy. I got other people doing that. So you're going to still see us on YouTube and any of our other platforms, but the Patreon account, if you want to take and have more access to the lives and all that stuff, you would have to sign up for that. But like I said, it's going to be a really small monthly subscription. We're discussing probably like $3 a month. It's pretty low. So I pay more for that. I pay a lot more than that for my Spotify every month. So that's like $10 a month. So you guys getting her solved?
Well,
All right.
Alana's worked
Okay, so here, just show them. Just show them what's going on here.
Maybe it doesn't do it
So
from
here
there.
it is right here. Just click right there.
Shadow.
And
Here,
then
there we go.
there. Should take you to it.
Oh, look, it's me seeing me. It's me looking at me looking at me.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. It's like those mirrors in the fun houses. Okay, I don't know if we got that solved yet. We do have a link tree in most of our bios on any of our platforms that will get you there to our Shopify.
Yes.
Shopify. Man, I can't keep this stuff straight. So, link works for you, Joanna. All right, awesome. Very good. Let me see. Oh, what part of Missouri are we in? Hey, thanks, Jacob. We are in Oregon County, which is the southernmost extremity, about centrally located. We border Arkansas. So about 15 miles that way, right there, boom, you're in Arkansas. So we're right in the heart of the Ozarks. It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful country. Amazing. The wildlife here is incredible. So are the ticks. So anybody that's scared of ticks, don't you dare move here. You will hate it if you're scared of ticks. I mean, come on. People say all the time, what a terrible name for a ranch. Why would you name it Tick Creek Ranch? Like, thought it would be obvious, but I guess not. So right there behind me, if you look, there's a creek. And there's ticks in it. And I thought, damn, what a perfect Tick Creek Ranch. There you go. So, and it's kind of unique anyway. There's probably not too many Tick Creek ranches out there. So we get it solved?
Yeah, it's good.
We got it solved. All right.
Awesome.
Awesome. Oh, you're in Ozark County. All right. Yeah. You're not too far from us. We are 30 minutes to the east of West Plains. So, we're real close. Almost neighbors. If we were in Alaska, we would literally be next door neighbors. That's what's considered up there. You're within 2 hours. It's like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, it's just right up the road.
It's the road.
And over that mountain range, around those 3 glacial lakes and the Muskeg. Oh yeah, that town. Yeah. So you love the name. All right. Well, you know what?
We do
Some
too.
do, some don't, but it suits us. It really suits us, especially when I'm cussing at the ticks I'm pulling off of me almost every day. So, but you get used to it. I think I have a really good immune system so far. I don't have Lyme, and I don't have the alpha gal. I'm not allergic to red meat yet or pork.
Itchy
Or,
crazy though, don't you?
Hey,
oh, I hate
It's
it.
so itchy.
Alpha Hots wants to know if we would consider doing tilapia. So that would be aquaponics.
That would be aquaponics. Yes, absolutely. I'm no expert on tilapia, but I do believe they are not going to survive here unless we actually had, indoor heated tanks, something like that.
Maybe in the future. In a
They
greenhouse.
are. Oh, hey, Buck, what are you doing, bud? Hey, come on over here. He's about to knock the tripod over. Let's close. So what we do have though are some, decent livestock ponds that we have completely fenced our livestock out of because we don't want them destroying the ponds. And we have some nice fish in there. They're doing good. They're healthy. We're happy. The kids here, Austin and Alana, their 60 acres over there actually has the biggest pond, and it was just full of bass. That was it. There was nothing else in there. We caught nothing but bass. So they've been predating on themselves, eating their own fry, and subsisting on not much. They were very, very skinny. So we actually ended up catching, Grayson and I, my 8-year-old, we caught and transplanted just under 300 fish, between bluegill. Oh yeah, bluegill, hybrid bluegill, green sunfish, and crappie. And yeah, we put them in there. I'll tell you what, and that's been very, very recent. It's amazing how much life is in the pond now. The bass are feeding, things are normal. We put a bunch of man-made structure in there, cut down some trees and drug them in. So there's a lot of turtles in that pond, and we don't mind the turtles. Some people say, oh, they're going to eat all your fish. Well, the benefit they bring to your pond is it's awesome. It really outweighs the negatives of them possibly eating some fish. What they do eat is sick, diseased, dying, dead fish, and they keep the vegetation out of your pond that so commonly takes over the banks. So we do like it for that. The ponds that have more turtles have a lot less vegetation. So, we can manage it. We can take some out, leave some in. So it's just another great tool just like all the animals on our land, right? They're just a way to manage your land biologically instead of mechanically. So what else we got here? Yeah, okay. So let's go back to that. So yes, we are going to take and let you know when our Patreon is up. There should be a clickable link directly on our bio and or our homepage. What's that, babe?
And we'll still be on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going anywhere. We're just adding to. We're putting more work on ourselves. So we're not going to stop doing what we're currently doing. Don't worry about that. And yes, we'll make sure everybody knows. All right, NorCal Cracks. That's my cousin and his family. So the McCrackens, hey, thanks. That's awesome. I appreciate it there, cuz. You're gonna take and be one of our patrons. That's awesome. You know, just anything. Just the fact that someone is willing to take the time to subscribe, to give us their $3 a month. It means a lot to us because it means you care. And it means that what we're doing here is being well received in some manner. Whether we're right, wrong, indifferent, it doesn't matter. People are out there and they want to see it. So it's like, okay, we're not wasting our time. That's great. Let's see. Where are we at here? Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up.
Yes, Danny, if you want to trade your rattlesnakes for ticks, you can come out anytime.
Yeah, bring them. Actually, I like the rattlesnakes. They don't-
No, we
What?
have little ones here. We don't need more.
Oh yeah, we got rattlers, timber rattlers. We got cottonmouths and copperheads. I don't know. I haven't seen a cottonmouth, but copperheads, we have
Saw
quite a
one.
few of them, and they are absolutely beautiful. You've never seen one? Probably one of the prettiest snakes on the planet. Unbelievable. I kind of hate killing them. So if they're in a place that they're not going to cause a problem, I'll just let them go. If they're real close proximity to the house or my dogs are going to get into them, and I'm no snake charmer, I'm not going to probably pick up a copperhead and be like, hey, I'm going to go take you next door. So sometimes they get, but not very often. All the rest of the snakes out here, we let them live. You know, we're not really super big into predator control, varmint control. We've shot a couple of problematic creatures like groundhogs. You know, if there's one or two and they're kind of keeping to their own spot and they're in the forest and they come out and feed in the pasture and go back up in their hole, fine. Once they start digging these giant caverns in my pastures, they got to kind of go. So coyotes, we don't shoot coyotes. Those of you that do, that's fine, whatever, that's your prerogative. Everything in balance, you know, if you have too many, absolutely take some out. If you have too many raccoons, take some out, but try and find some sort of equilibrium, because nature is designed to balance itself, and it only ever seems to get screwed up when we, man, intervene and ruin the system. So without the coyotes, you're going to have way too many of your other problems, you know, raccoons and possums and armadillos and all that. Or if you know, we don't want the coyotes predating on our livestock. So there also has to be enough natural game for them and feed. So we're undercover hippies. Let's put it that way. We're kind of like a little bit granola and really believe in God's creation and the way it was designed, and try and not manipulate it. We're just trying to kind of help it if we can without, you know, our goal is to screw up nature out here as little as possible. And the reason I say screwed up as little as possible, because I know everything we do has a profound impact and effect on everything out here, above the ground and below it. So, you know, I'm very focused on the fact that I know that there's more living mass by weight under my feet than there is above the ground. So that's what we're really focused on, is our soil health and the countless trillions upon trillions upon trillions of living organisms in our soil. That's what we focus on here. So we got to get more of Pop's build coming. Brett, you're right. Sorry, that one is kind of falling through the cracks. We do have some content. We're going to get some out to you, but I'm going to definitely start going over there and doing some lives and just give everybody kind of where we're at and how it's coming along. And you know, for anybody out there that is looking for some inspiration, that might be feeling a little old or a little decrepit, or you know, just don't think you still got it in you. My dad, he's turning 70 in like a few days, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, he's real close. And that guy still goes out every day and swings a hammer. He's an inspiration. Him and my mom, they eat. Well, my mom really makes sure he eats really, really well. They eat whole foods. They don't eat anything that's got many ingredients in it. You know, they're label readers. So are we. They're crazier about it than we are. We're I wouldn't say. No, I can't say that. I was gonna say. I was gonna say, well, we're not conspiracy theorists. But that would be a lie. I'm not good at lying. You're right. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I believe in conspiracies. So we really try and watch the food that we eat, and we're trying to raise and grow and glean healthy, real, as close to the way God designed it foods, and that's kind of it. That's us in a nutshell. We like blue collar hard work, values and family, and cow shit.
But I do
We
still
like
shop
it.
at the grocery store.
We
Like
do.
I do.
No, we do. We just got back from Walmart.
That's real. I really do.
It's a necessary evil at the moment, but we're working toward it. So, anybody out there that doesn't think that they can ever do enough, you can never do enough. That's really the way it works. But what you can do is something. Whether you get a single potted plant on your patio and you grow your own tomato. You know what? That's better than not doing anything at all. So, Alana here, I didn't even say, come on, get in here, get in frame. Here we go. This little lady right here is quite the baker. So she actually has her own social media she's been working on, and she does tons of stuff with sourdough, and she makes the best loaf of sourdough I've ever had, and that is Scout's honor. God is my witness. She makes some very, very fine sourdough. And so if you want to, watch or see any of that stuff, you should definitely check her out. Plug yourself.
It's just Austin and Alana on YouTube. If you wanna check it
Austin
out.
and Alana.
I haven't changed it yet.
Okay,
After you
she's gonna
talked to
change
me.
it. She's gonna change it. She's gonna be like the sourdough queen, or I don't know. She's gonna come
Something.
up with something. But
The sourdough
for now,
buffet.
because actually what you should probably change it to right now is just Alana and Alana.
Alana and
So
Alana, 'cause
he's
Austin's
never on.
it. He scored his own loaf of sourdough on there, actually.
Did he?
He
He
did.
chopped it up? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did something. Congratulations for
Oh,
partaking.
he does lots.
Off camera.
Off camera.
Yep. I keep everybody fat and happy.
No, I got
Yep.
it.
Yep. All right.
Off of
Yes, we're gonna post our live videos on
hold on,
YouTube.
our Patreon live.
No, hold on. We're gonna be posting our live videos on YouTube. Sorry, the wind just started ripping. But let me see if I can put this lapel mic in a smarter spot now that the wind is coming at my back. But the daily ins and outs of all the additional lives we do and exclusive content will be on Patreon and Patreon alone. We'll still be doing our twice a week lives like we're doing right now, just to interact with everybody. Maybe someone can't afford $3 a month, and I get that. We've been there. I've been there where I'm like, I have $1. How am I going to spend this? I mean, if you don't have $3, you don't have $3. It's just the way it is. So, we all have a lot of needs and a lot of things going on in life, and the economy's not very good. So we know it's affecting a lot of people out there. We're feeling it. We're feeling it bad. It's terrible. For example, I have a friend. He's a social media content creator. His very first year, he did, I'm not going to say. Let's put it this way. Double what most people probably make in a year. He did that on social media alone. And on one platform, mind you. And now he's down about 90%. So social media is really hard right now. Advertisers aren't advertising. So I'll say it again. A lot of folks out there are like, oh, you're a YouTuber and you got followers. And, across our 4 platforms, we're 900 and something, 920 or 30,000 follows. And people just assume that you make a ton of money because you have followers. That's not how it works. So, we don't go after every deal that comes to us, and we're not on here trying to sell crap every day. And yeah, that would probably pay more of the bills, but then that's all you turn into. You do turn into a sellout, and all you ever are doing is, for profitable gain. So, we're trying to find that happy medium, and we don't want to run off any of our followers or upset anybody and make them think that we're just trying to grub money from them. That's not what we're trying to do. The reason we started this whole crazy social media thing is that we've had so many people over the years say, man, you guys need a YouTube. You do such weird, crazy things, right? I worked in the Arctic. Myself and my kids, and Creed, you're going to knock that over. Thanks, bud. And my kids went and did a bunch of construction in the remote bush of Alaska. You know, I showed up myself, my dad, and my children. We were the construction crew that got the contract to do that work. So when we showed up, there was a lot of people raising eyebrows going, are you kidding me? This is a super high-end, high-dollar, amazing heli ski lodge in the remote outreaches of Alaska. It's right in the Tordrillo Mountains. It's called Tordrillo Mountain Lodge. If you ever get bored and you want to check out a beautiful place with the most amazing scenery you can even imagine. They have hundreds of thousands of acres at their disposal for skiing, heli skiing, and fishing in the summer. It's just an amazing place. Anyway, we did that. Flying on helicopter, float plane. Alana was there one of the seasons. That was awesome. She got proposed. I set up this super sneaky, awesome deal where we had to go help reset one of the remote fuel tanks up in the mountains. So on their day off, 4th of July, day off, she comes on her day off into the chow hall dressed in this cute little sundress, and she's ready to take some time off. And I'm like, oh no, we're going to go up on a glacier, and she's dressed like halfway. So I'm like, oh, sorry, kids. I had to come up with some BS, and we got to go help them move a tank, blah, blah, blah. So I saw her like, oh, really? We got to work on the 4th. So they went and got dressed. We loaded in the helicopter, flew out, and dropped these 2 kids off right on the edge of this massive cliff. It's a pretty cool. We'll post that video. We got to post that video. Yeah, it's super cool. So we dropped them off and flew off and left them abandoned. And Alana was probably like, what's going on? Why are we here? And the helicopter left us. And now we're looking over this multi-100-mile valley of just glaciers. What's going on? So yeah, lots of awesome stuff. So we had people constantly harassing us about do it. You have stuff to share. You have stuff to teach. You should do it. So we finally broke down. And December 1st of 2022, we got serious. So we're about 16 months into this social media venture. And we started posting consistently. Hey, bud, come here. He's eating the grass underneath.
I'd love you to do a 4-wheeler trip around the ranch.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll do a cruise around the ranch. I'll have to get the gimbal set up so I don't make you guys sick, you know, shaking like crazy. And what I'll actually do is I'll commandeer my parents' golf cart. Ooh. And because it's silent, that way you guys don't have to listen to the engine. And we'll just go around. I'll show you guys what we got. Definitely those will be lives that we'll do consistently. We'll show you updates on the pastures, how things are looking, how the cattle are coming along, how the horses are doing. We actually have a horse. She's a superstar. She's actually internet famous. Her name is Ona, and she's about 21 or 200 pounds of beautiful goodness. She's a big old draft horse, and she's always fun. She's good on the camera. So now we'll just show you all the creatures we have here and what we're doing. We're trying to be more transparent. You know, behind the screen, most people don't know what it is we do and why we're doing it. So we're going to kind of show you everything. I've had some suggestions, kind of a day in the life, like, hey, how does your day start? And what do you do throughout the day? We'll totally do that. So we might shoot that in several different scenes of lives, and it'll just be a series, and I'll just go live throughout the day several times. And the reason we're going to use so many lives is it's going to take a ton of pressure off of Tristan, because as it is now, he's already working 7 days a week trying to edit. It's terrible. The poor guy, I feel bad for him. He hardly ever sees the sun. I think he's a vampire. So we're gonna have to change that up. You guys, what? You help? Oh no, I'm watching myself over on her phone, watching myself on my phone. So, oh, dinner's getting cold. Okay, so thanks for listening to me rant this long, and we'll be coming back to you guys soon. We're gonna see you next Thursday, or this Thursday, excuse me, same time, same place. Thanks from Tick Creek Ranch, and we really appreciate it. See you guys soon.